How's it going, everybody? My name's Chris Tendo. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Super Mario RPG. Last time, we left the Tadpole Pond and made our way to the fairly uneventful Rose Way. But there, we did learn a lot about new enemies and a little scholastic book thing that relates to Mario RPG in a very weird way almost a decade after the game came out. Neat. Today, we're gonna be going through Rose Town. Not Rose Town specifically, but more so the one piece of plot we have in Rose Town, the inn, the one place that we've yet to check out. Let's see what this place has to offer.
Mario, help!
Hey Mario, I'll be taking care of Princess Peach now.
Boing, boing. Super jump attack.
Gwehehe, you think you can hurt me with your childish pranks? Attention Peach, you're coming with me. Zip your lip.
Oh my god, this kid's, everything okay at home there, buddy?
Help! Help! Somebody please help me!
Oh my gosh! Are you one of my mom's visitors? It's Mom, look, we have a guest.
Yes, dear, I hear you. Hello, hey, aren't you Mario?
For real?
Well, you have the hat and the funky sash. Are you really Mario? How do I know it's you? You might just be pulling my leg. Show me, prove it. Pulls out a Glock. Hahoo! All right, hey Mario, wanna play with me? I'm playing Save the World. Now Gaz, Mario might be a little tired, dear.
Shut up, Mom!
Oh, come on, Mom, you never play with me. It's no fun playing alone. Oh dear, Mario, I hate to ask, but could you play with Gaz for a little while? Yes! Mario just bought the farm, so you can be Bowser. I'll be GENO, okay? Who the heck is GENO? Ready? Let's play from where I left off. Ooh, scary, but just watch me. Better watch out, Bowser, because GENO's gonna blow you away. Take this! Your turn, Bowser. Ow! Oh no, if he keeps this up, I'm finished. All right, you asked for it. The super duper, custom patented and one and only shooting star shot. Oops, I think I missed. Oh dear, oh my, Mario, are you all right? Well, Gaz, you killed another one. You know what to do, get the shovel. wait, I'm okay. Oh, something about talking dolls and possession and, oh my god, it was a nightmare. So what we're first gonna wanna do is, yeah, let's save, just to be safe. Okay. I believe everyone's waiting for us downstairs. We are a celebrity after all.
Mom, you'll never believe what I saw. It was amazing, Mom. I just saw GENO walking in the forest. Neat, huh?
Yes, dear, that's nice, dear. Isn't GENO the one who broke my lamp the other day?
Oh, Mom, that was just, well, you know, now this was real. I swear, Mom, really, it's true. I saw him outside.
All right, Gaz, let's hear it. What are you trying to get out of this time,
Mom, I didn't do anything. I really, truly saw GENO walk into the forest.
Sorry if I hurt you, but would you? But what would GENO want in the forest? Oh, this boy is impossible. I'm just gonna leave them to their, scolding. Time for the belt.
No, Mom!
Okay, so with all that, we should go walk into the forest. But before we do, I think this is a perfect opportunity to go over the next chapter in Mario and the Incredible Rescue. So without further ado, take it away, past me. Continuing with our plot recap of Mario and the Incredible Rescue, we last left our heroes as they exited Kero sewers. Before leaving, they found a clue in the sewers after grabbing the first mushroom that says, "Look in a place where frogs and toads live in harmony," which Mario deduces to be Tadpole Pond. They set out for the pond and meet Toadofsky, who awards them the second magic mushroom for deciphering the clue. Yes, that's what they call it, magic mushrooms. After Mario performs a song for him, Mario then reads the second clue given to them by Sibel, which says, yeah, I'm not saying all that out loud, I'll just put it on screen for you. Under that phrase, it reads, "Jump to find the answer." We will continue with the answer to this clue later. By the way, for anybody who didn't get the first clue, Surez Orek, it was Kero Sewers backwards, which is where they found the first mushroom. Just thought I'd put that in there. Yet again, we'll be going over these as they become more relevant, but I'm pretty sure that this was the only other time that we'll be going over a chapter that is an area we've already passed. From now on, we'll be trying to be getting them as we catch them. If I have time. If the episode's too busy, then we'll talk about it after the area to avoid spoilers. But the reason why we're back in this house is because the area we're gonna be going to is the forest. This button has something to do with that forest. Now I'm just gonna say, don't hit this button if you want the best outcome. But if this is your first time and you don't want any spoilers, there's a secret pathway in the forest that we're gonna wanna go through. Hitting this button will let in the father outside, who will tell you a secret route in the forest. Doing this immediately undoes your ability to get the best ending if you haven't already gone into the forest to get that treasure. Not best ending of the game, but like best ending for this quest line. So I'm just telling you this just as a formality. That is how we get the secret route, but I know the secret route, so we can just move on. As they said, we're gonna be going into the forest, so by heading north a little bit, we can see the forest maze. Probably the reason why this game became so popular, if I'm being totally honest. If you were anywhere on YouTube back in the early 2000s, 2010s era, you know what's about to happen. It's good, but it could be better. Now, I showed this off in the beginning of the game. This is the one time I'm going to be doing this. Forest Maze's new theme, I mean, every new theme in the game is really, really good. but I'm gonna be honest. Oh, there's nothing like the original theme for this area. Yes, we're keeping this on for the entire route. We can see there that, going over our equipment, I have Mallow equipped with the signal ring because there are 6, count them, 6 hidden boxes in this area we're gonna wanna go through. First one, I believe, is right around... There we go, right around here. And we get a Coca-Cola, nice. We can see here, the forest even contains mushrooms that we can pick. I'm already maxed out, so that goes right in the storage box. So the first part isn't exactly a maze, it's pretty laid out for us, but the maze we'll be getting to pretty soon. So, okay. Oop, I just bumped my mic, sorry about that. See here, another mushroom. And a new enemy. Okay, yes, only one new enemy. This is the Wiggler. They're pretty tough, I'm not gonna lie. They have high HP, powerful attack stat, and access to Vigor Up. Aside from the Hammer Brothers, this is the first time we're seeing an enemy have access to a buffing move. Vigor Up is a more dangerous buffing move because instead of raising their defensive stats, they raise both their offensive stats by 50%. This is really, really powerful. On top of that, they also get the move Sandstorm. It is a strong, multi-targeting spell that also inflicts fear. Triple whammy right there. These guys are, I wouldn't consider them like the mini boss of this area. Like how I said that every area has a single enemy that's like really, really strong compared to the rest. But I'll be damned if they aren't second place by far. And of course he's using it. Okay, we're gonna use Thought Peak. On the bright side, they do have a weakness, so they're not impossible to take down. I'm just a friendly, harmless caterpillar. Yeah, right. They also have, what was that? Bubble Shot, 1.5 times damage. Kind of the least notable thing about them, so don't worry about it too much. Okay, so Fireball. While we were going over the next chapter in the book, I did go to the shop and pick up some new things. Make sure that you're fully equipped for this area because this is, compared to every other area we've been through, by far the biggest we'll be seeing. And there's a boss fight at the end of it. Oh crap, oh my god. Whew, really get your timing down because these guys hurt. And I just want to say, I don't think the perfect timing was in the original version of the game. I think that was something that was added specifically for the remake. You could block in the original, but you would reduce the damage only. I am pretty sure you couldn't negate it 100%. Okay, down here, another mushroom. We're gonna run out of these things going forward. And hey, you're not a mushroom. Well, I mean, technically you are a mushroom, but you're not the mushroom that we're looking for. This is the Amanita or Amanita or however you pronounce it. I'm not really sure. So just looking at these stats, they're fairly boring, slightly physical leaning, less special leaning, pretty basic enemy, right? We've seen a bunch of these guys before. A lot of very, very common moves. So I'm going to, from this point on, really try to minimize what we're talking about with these guys if the stats are flat out boring. So I'm pretty much just going to say average stats because slightly physically leaning with lower magic, possibly no spells, you know, maybe a special attack, is like 3/4 of the common mooks in this game. So for these guys, average stats for the area. What is interesting about them is that this is the first instance of mushroom that we're seeing. Not the item, not the enemy design, the status effect. This means that we have now seen every status effect in the game, or at least when they use it, we will have seen and ran into every instance of a status effect in the game. Weakness to fire, Average stats, not really something scary. They are cool because they're pseudo mimics, how they blend in as mushrooms, and there are mushroom items that you pick up throughout the area. So it's pretty neat. Oh, and we're gonna see it. So what the mushroom status effect does is it is by far the most debilitating status. I'll actually defend so we can see what it does. It's a slow heal over time. You can still block, but you can't do anything. It's as if you're asleep, but hitting you doesn't wake you up. Ending the battle will end the mushroom status effect, and yeah. Mushroom is going to be definitely something you're gonna wanna avoid at all costs, because at least with Scarecrow, it's a little rarer, but you can still use moves while you're in Scarecrow. Mushroom, you can't do jack. Okay, we can see here a returning enemy. Yes, the Rat Funks are making a return, and the reason why I'm just showing off this battle, or at least this portion of the battle, is just to show that we did see it in, what was it? Bandit's Way, that there were enemies from the Mushroom Way that returned, but I just want to make a note here that not every enemy in every area is going to be brand new. Caro Sewers was all new enemies, and Rose Way was all new enemies, but this does show that enemies will be making a return. I know it's kind of a no duh, but just something I wanted to mention. Now, I'm gonna do a little story time for you right here. In the past, I have been very vocal as to who my inspirations for me wanting to do Let's Plays were. People like Super Gaming Brothers, some call me Johnny, most notably Chugga Conroy. I mean, hello, the entire idea of doing my Let's Plays with informational bios completely stems from, I loved seeing his Pokemon bios growing up, and I was like, those are cool. But there are so many other instances and so many other games that I thought of over the years that could use bios. And then I was like, enemy bios would be great. Stats on screen, HP bars, move lists, things that you don't normally see in your playthroughs that I thought were really cool. That area that we just went through, that little cavern, that was where I knew I wanted to do Let's Plays. I was 8 or 9 years old. I was in my kitchen on my computer, and I was watching his Super Mario RPG Let's Play. First time I had seen the game ever for myself, and I was listening to him do the really, really bad rendition of the Forest Maze theme song that was very popular on YouTube. And I was just having such a fun time listening to it, and he was having a fun time singing it. I was like, man, this is it. That was the moment that I knew. I remember I even turned to my dad and I said, I want to do Let's Plays. And he goes, I don't know what the hell that is. So that little tunnel right there, at least I'm 99% positive it was that tunnel. That is what, years later, because I held on to that dream since I was 8 years old. I am 24 now, almost 25. Every time I thought to myself, where did that all originate? Where did that dream stem from? I remember that night and that summer, sitting in my kitchen, watching that video and just going, man, wild stuff. But as you saw, moving back onto my rendition of the Let's Play, we found another hidden box right here. Frog coin, nothing really too crazy. Going forward, we can see that there's another enemy here. Forest Maze actually has a whole heap of new enemies. We got another Amanita here. Something that I forgot to mention about the Amanita, or Amanita, again, I'm gonna flip-flop because I don't know how it's pronounced, is that both of the Thought Peak entries for these guys, SNES and Remake, mention them loving the sun. They have a critical fire weakness, so they should be pretty careful. Also, the enemy's appearance and name are identical to the real-life mushroom genus Fly Amanita, or Amanita. Again, don't know how to pronounce it. The Fly Amanita is a member of this genus, and it was the inspiration for the classic Super Mario mushroom. Obviously, we can pick up the mushrooms in this game, and they are hiding as them, and they got the red top with the white spots. Pretty cool. Don't ever eat that mushroom though. Despite what the Mario games make you think, eating the Fly Amanita genus of mushroom will make you trip balls. Just one little search on the Wikipedia page shows that these things are not safe for human consumption. Or if they are, you're not gonna be feeling great afterwards. They might not kill you, but whoo boy. Okay, that's enough for the previous enemy. I said that's enough for the previous enemy. Let's go over the new enemy, the Buzzer, who's already getting some good licks in. The Buzzer is weak to jump and lightning, so he has a few weaknesses there. And they're pretty much glass cannons, high attack and speed, but fairly frail defenses and low HP to match. Just wail on them. I mean, like, I could have used lightning and taken care of all of them. They really only have one thing that they do, which is Thorn It, as we saw there. 1.5 times damage and inflicts poison, but I mean, had I not been trying to go over them in a bio and like extending my moves out, these guys would have been dead turn one. And we're actually going to see that right here. One attack, instantly dead. Use Thought Peak to make sure that we get him for our bestiary. And there he goes, he knew he was toast. Okay, so let's use up, since we're getting so many free mushrooms, I say that we actually use up some of these things. Okay. This area is going to be kind of a lengthy one. We're gonna wanna go down all of these pipes, make sure that you have your signal ring on, and try to avoid the wigglers at all costs. I'm probably gonna be fighting these guys just to try to get as many enemy encounters as I can until we have found all the enemies for this area. But if I don't, I'm cutting the battles out. Okay, here we go. So you remember how I said the Wiggler is probably the second strongest enemy in this area? Introducing Gorilla, by far the strongest enemy in this area. Very high physical attack stat, but little to no specials to speak of. This enemy is, like I said, part of that secret mini boss group. Those stats are proof of it. They have possibly some of the highest attack stats we're going to be seeing in this area. So make sure that they don't get off too many turns. Use their weakness to fire against them. On top of that insane attack stat, he also has a new move that we have not seen yet in Boulder Toss. Yes, I know it's a 1.5 times increase move, no other stuff. We've already seen this plenty of times on other attacks. But these guys really hurt with it. Another little fun fact is that this is one of the rare enemies that you don't see in the overworld. Now, this is not the first instance of us seeing this, but just given his striking design as a chained up Donkey Kong copy wannabe man, this is an enemy that you possibly could completely miss on a playthrough, because while we have seen the Buzzers and the Amanitas and the Rat Funks in the overworld in this area, you're just not going to run into him in the overworld. You have to get lucky with a random spawn like this. Other enemies like the Shadows and the Hobgoblins, and I think the Frogogs as well were like this, but this is the first time I wanted to bring this up, that not every enemy that you run into in the overworld is every enemy in the game. There are plenty that have to be joined in with other groups. One final thing I wanted to talk about with this guy is that he has a very, very funny Psychopath entry in the original SNES version, which Psychopath is just Thought Peak, but given a different name because I think Psychopath is offensive. Anyway, In the original, he says, "Don't confuse me with someone else." I mean, who could we be confusing him with? This is really funny because in the remake, if we want to show off his, we'll do this just to get rid of the Amanita, and then do the thought peek to see what he changed to in the original. I am a work of fiction. Any resemblance to pre-existing apes is purely coincidental. That is one of my favorite thought peek entries in the game. And I believe that this was actually taken from the original Japanese version. So in the SNES version, we got kind of a lamer one. It's just saying, "Oh, don't confuse me." But they took the funnier one for the remake, which I think was a really good idea. Okay, so as we said, he's weak to fire, and we just got Thought Peek off on him, so Mario, light him up. Oh yeah. Like I said, high attack stat, decent HP, but man, you hit him with his special weakness, he goes down like a paper fart. Okay, close to another level too. I think there's only one more enemy that we're looking for in this area. So will you be my, lucky charm? I don't know. No! Hey, just enough to get Mario a level up. Okay, so that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, HP boost. Okay, so that battle didn't have who we wanted, so we're gonna keep moving forward. And you know what? This episode's running a bit longer, but it's the forest maze. I'm thinking we're gonna let this one run on just until we get to the boss. Okay, down here we can see that there's a, darn it. We can see that there is a hidden box net down here. One of 3 that's going to be in this area. So I think it's, I can never remember where these darn things are. Oh, here we go, here we go. Free flower for us. Not getting the one that I want, but I am getting a lot of special enemies, which is nice. Little tip for you guys, make sure you're putting the true form pin on at least Mario if you don't want to keep getting turned into a mushroom. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, please no. Okay, this is why I bought my, what are they called? Cleansing juices, because I'm gonna need mallow for this. This final enemy is the Octolot. As far as I can tell, no relation to Zelda's Octorok, but I mean, clearly a design inspiration. These guys are weak to jump and fire and are more mage focused. They have a few hard-hitting elemental spells, but can also hit you decently hard physically too if they choose. They have the ability to inflict mute with Gunk Ball, which is also pretty devastating. All around, I would just say use Mario's jump ability to try to conserve FP to take these guys out quick before they hit you with anything like Flame Wall or Lightning Orb or Get Off. Actually, you know what? I can't even say that for the Gunk Ball because I'm pretty sure mute does not stop special attacks. No, wait, hold on, sorry. I'm getting that backwards. I'm thinking if you were inflicting that against them. Anyways, just hit these guys with jump and then try not to get hit by any of their big spells. And if they use a big spell, try to block it. Okay, so first we're gonna do Cleansing Juice on Mallow. And then we're gonna use Thought Peek. So then I wouldn't have any reservations against killing this guy. Oh! Yeah, at least we're getting a little bit of healing at least. Okay, use another cleansing juice and at least try to get Mario up. Now please let me attack. Oh, okay, well, that one's a little bit better. Oh my god! All right, that's it. You're going down. I am praying that they don't use it on both me and... What do I do? I know that I don't have a dead game. I'm definitely going to have an opportunity to, like, come back in a second. Hello? I can't just keep blocking forever. Game? Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Okay, jump. Get rid of him. Okay. No, not again! Oh, thank God. Mallow, Thunderbolt. Okay, cool, he's stupid. He's really stupid. No! God dang it! Okay, I'm just gonna cut to the end of this battle. We know how this is gonna go. Oh, thank God. Okay. Hey, and Mallow got a level up from that. Good, that fight was not worth it. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, big HP boost. Okay, immediately. True form pin on Mario. I ain't doing that again. Okay. Now, even though we're only about halfway through the maze, looking at my recording time, I'm thinking we're gonna end things off here. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you did. And next time, we're going to finish off the forest maze and try to find that GENO character that Gaz sent us out here about. See you guys then.